The rain had ceased before dawn, yet the mud outside Washington, D.C. refused to dry. In May 1868, John Logan stood quietly on a low hill overlooking Arlington Heights. Across the Potomac, the unfinished dome of the Capitol still cast a dark shadow. Logan marveled at the Earth's hesitation, like the land itself was mourning or hesitating. He was the commander-in-chief of the Grand Army of the Republic, a union of veterans. He had a quiet, simple idea that almost faded among the shouting of Reconstruction. He composed an order, not for battle, but for remembrance. The 30th of May, 1868, is designated for the purpose of strewing with flowers, or otherwise decorating the graves of comrades who died in defense of their country during the late rebellion. He believed in honoring the fallen with flowers, not victory demonstrations. Within those words lay hundreds of stories, perhaps thousands of silent sacrifice. One story belonged to James, a young private from Ohio who had lied about his age to enlist. James penned letters that smelled of campfire smoke and rain, full of hope and longing. He had never seen the graves where he now rested. They were in a distant, forgotten cemetery. His mother, back home, still placed violets on his empty plot, hope clinging to her heartbreak. Logan understood mothers like her, the grief that pierced through all uniforms and flags. In 1866, women in Columbus, Mississippi, decorated both Union and Confederate graves together, showing grief's universal reach. He knew that the war's wounds weren't only in the battlefield, but deep in their hearts. Bitterness still simmered, like a loaded rifle ready to fire anew. So Logan chose May 30th, a day devoid of battle, filled instead with blooming spring flowers. On Arlington's first decoration day, thousands of people arrived. Children, widows, veterans missing limbs. They laid flags and blossoms on 20,000 Union graves, a silent act of remembrance and unity. In a surprising act, they also placed flowers on Confederate graves, bridging old divides. A choir sang softly, filling the air with somber harmony and hope. An old, weary veteran stood at Section 13's edge, saluting a simple wooden stake marking a grave. Someone nearby asked if he knew the man buried there. The veteran shook his head and replied. He said, "No, but we fought on the same morning." That quiet moment captured the true spirit of the day. Remembrance, not rivalry. News of that simple act spread across the nation like wildfire, inspiring many to honor their fallen. By 1890, every northern state recognized Decoration Day as an official holiday. The South maintained its own days of remembrance until the national convergence during World War I. In 1971, Congress officially declared Memorial Day a federal holiday every last Monday of May. By 2026, it would be 158 years since Arlington's first muddy, flower-laden morning. The name changed, the date shuffled, but the essence stayed the same. From Gettysburg to Honolulu, people kneel in spring grass, laying flowers with reverence. When you bite into a hamburger or visit a pool on Memorial Day, think of James from Ohio. Remember the mother who placed violets, her grief etched into every petal. And remember Logan's quiet order, to decorate, not to conquer, to honor, not to overpower. Memorial Day didn't grow from triumph, but from mud, sweat, and silent tears. A veteran once whispered to another, "I haven't forgotten you," with deep sincerity. That simple phrase encapsulates the day's true meaning, full of remembrance and respect. As you enjoy the long weekend, carry their stories in your heart and mind. For behind every flower laid, there's a story of sacrifice, courage, and loss. Historical scars remain, but so do the acts of silent, enduring love and memory. May we always remember that the deepest victories are often spoken in whispers. Logan's quiet order still echoes through time. Honor the fallen with flowers, not weapons. The earth, stained with mud and tears, waits patiently for its own renewal each year. On this day, we honor those who fought and fell in the name of freedom. And in every quiet moment of remembrance, the past whispers softly, "I haven't forgotten you."